The ability to buy, leverage, and mitigate debt is an essential skill set to have in the world of finance and in the world of business. This is one of the reasons why Global Capital Inc. has built out a number of corporate portfolios to provide the kind of financial intelligence support to both businesses and the private individual. For example, some of the portfolios that we have designed is titled Corporate Debt Management, Corporate Wealth Management, Personal Debt Management, and Personal Wealth Management. I'll briefly speak to these four headings. When we talk of corporate debt management, we are referring to the fact that businesses raise capital from the debt capital market, the equity capital market, the credit capital market, and the smart capital market to an extent. But accessing capital is not the only thing to look at. It's important to understand how to leverage that debt or equity or credit and how to mitigate the debt. Now, the debt mitigation process has everything to do with understanding whether you're buying a good debt or a bad debt. And once you can figure this out, is to understand how to leverage it in order to ensure that it is monetizing. Maximum monetization is what you want to be looking for. But even in the monetization process, you can be hemorrhaging at the debt repayment stage. So in our program, we work with you to really help you to understand the debt mitigation strategies. Now, the debt mitigation strategies is where we expose you to a body of knowledge that really helps you to understand the debt based on the debt life cycle, the debt based on the interest rate, and the debt based on strategic mitigation strategies. And it is by understanding these systems that you are in a better position of strength to manage that debt. And in managing that debt, regardless of how high the interest rate is, you're able to bring down the debt costs. Because reality is when you borrow a debt that is say of $20 million over a life cycle of 10 years with the interest rate being about 10%, you're paying double that cost over the life cycle of that debt. So the principal balance that you're borrowing is 20 million, but over the life cycle, you're paying back $40 million. Our concern is, can you bring down the cost that you're paying for that debt? And the answer is yes, but do you know how? In our program, we give you that kind of information. In our business consultancy programs, we work with our clients to help you to mitigate this process. Along with this, what we see is that many businesses, you have excess liquidity that sits parked in a 0.1% interest-bearing account, or you have it parked somewhere getting no interest. We believe that there are smarter ways to park your excess liquidity. So in these portfolios, we help you to understand smart investment leverage and smart capital portfolio that your excess liquidity can be parked in and give you significantly more monetization. Along with this, we work with a private individual in terms of helping the private individual to understand how to mitigate that. We call this personal debt mitigation. Again, the average person goes to the bank and take out your first loan to buy your home mortgage. But no one talks to you about if you're buying an asset or a liability. In fact, in most cases, you believe that your first home that you're buying by putting down 10% on that estate, they believe it's an asset, it's a liability. And what we do, we work with the client to help the client to understand why it is a liability and things that they can do almost immediately to ensure that it becomes an asset, not just an asset, but a cash flowing asset that has the potential to become performing asset, that has the potential to give you appreciation, either forced or natural appreciation, and can give you equity leverage over a period of time. Along with this, you can cash out of your debt much earlier, owning the equity in that estate. And this is how you can also leverage all of this to become financially free and sets the stage to start becoming financially independent. So that represents three of the services that we provide. The fourth service, the fourth area that we are looking at the moment is what we call personal wealth management. It is sad to see that in the developing world, there's not much conversation about personal wealth development, personal wealth building. People go to school, get their education, get their a good job, and they are under the assumption that the good job is going to allow them to raise massive amount of capital and live the life of their dreams. From our research, is showing that over 50% of the global population will not be able to live the quality of life that they want to live from their single source of income, from their primary source of income. So based on all of this, we are saying that there's a need to amplify the conversation around wealth building, personal wealth building. So we have built out a portfolio to speak to these issues. So in our personal wealth management programs, you are likely to learn things like your early retirement game plan, how to build out your early retirement game plan. You're able to learn things about your emergency savings account, how to build out your emergency savings account. So in and out of a pandemic, you are not panicking because you have the financial security to secure yourself and to secure your family. We also work with you to help you to build out your children college fund. You don't wait until your kid's ready to go to college and then you start thinking about the need for capital to invest in their college education. We work with you on emergency savings account. So any emergency should present itself, you're fully prepared. But even more so important, we work with you to help you to understand the real importance of having your smart investment portfolio. And there's a diversified platform that is available to you. And there are some unique, innovative ones that we will propose to you. Safe, secure platforms that you can truly make the kind of investment to secure your short. So this is just a little synopsis in terms of the services that we are providing at the moment to help both our corporate clients and our private citizens clients who wants to achieve more financially. At both ends, the key focus of this program is really to help businesses to understand how to access the capital market, how to leverage the capital market, and how to mitigate the portfolios once they're able to access it. That is also largely about helping them to save millions of dollars on the debt portfolio and quicken the wealth building system or the cash flowing system for their corporate entities. And on the personal level, it's also about taking the ordinary man, taking the real man, and providing him with the kind of support that really helps those individuals to recognize that they can build wealth. And the time to start building wealth is now. It's not 10, 15, 20 years from now when you're at the door of retirement. You want to start that process now. And it's possible to attain this within 5 to 10 years if your game plan is the right game plan. And we talk about all of this in our program. So again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature. I'm a self-published best-selling author. And I just want to say to you that, we are 101% committed to businesses, to scaling businesses with local, regional, and international relevance. And we committed to the private individual because we know that many of you, you're fed up of the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Many of you have dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and you just feel at times that you're not reaching that milestone that you've set yourself, you know. And we're here to work with you. We're here to support you. This is a time that you have to stop thinking me, myself, and I, because the mindset of me, myself, and I will only get you that far. But when you bring in the right team, the PFA, the professional financial advisors, the personal financial advisors, to help you navigate the rough terrains of the wealth building environment, there is where the landscape to wealth building become much more easier for you to navigate. All right. So I want to say to you, be blessed. Remember, we're in a period of COVID-19. So I want to encourage you to protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and ensure that you're doing everything that you can do to build up your immune system. I just mentioned my two books, Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. These are two exciting books. My newest book titled 10X, Branded and Marketing, the Psychology of Doing Business. It's going to be available for every entrepreneur and everyone that needs to understand how to build a brand that can help you to achieve larger than life impact. All right, so I want to encourage you to like this podcast, share this podcast, subscribe, and so you can be the first to get these information that we're bringing to you on a daily basis. And you can help us reach the right people, help us reach more people with our mission to really, make large life impact on businesses, potential to cash flow maximize, and the average individual who wants to achieve more financially. Be blessed, be safe, and see you in the next broadcast.